Hello, my name is Simone, but you can call me Simoneleons. Doesn't really matter which way you do that. Today, I'm going to be teaching those who have just started playing The Sims some little tips and tricks that I think are really useful when you're first starting out. I figured we could start from just like the very beginning. Origin is going to be your launcher. It is not the greatest game launcher in the world, I gotta say. If you are getting a ton of prompts to update things and you're a little wary of using that update, I recommend going to Origin, go offline, and then you're going to be able to play the game without updating. However, if you don't play it in online mode, it's going to make sure that you are up to date with your patches and your updates. So let's get into this. One of the things that I think is really important, not to rush this game. It's big. It's got a lot going on. Even when you're launching it, sometimes like right now, you're gonna wonder, where did it go? Is this gonna be forever? Is this my reality now? I promise you that within the next 30 seconds, it will launch itself. And so the main thing, I just try not to touch my cursor as much as I humanly can. It's the most I can do to try to stop from bricking my game, or just like problems on your launch is never a great start. So I just fucking hands off, go on your phone, grab a drink, whatever. We're not gonna pretend that this is a fast game to load in. This ain't no fucking roller coaster tycoon, that's for sure. So you're going to be greeted with a screen that looks like this. If you don't have one of the packs, it's going to show up as this dark blue color. You can see I disgustingly have given EA a lot of money. So we're going to actually do a new game. And one of the things The Sims implemented maybe like a year ago or something is this kind of cool story starter, which I actually recommend doing because it's going to start your character with a little bit more depth than just starting one from all zero stats all the way at the bottom. But if you're the type of person who really wants to build from nothing, then totally I would say no thanks and make your Sims start from zero and then go from there. But I'm gonna say, okay, start with an easy age. Let's do young adult. Best food is, I don't know, we're gonna say hook, line, and sinker. Strange plant outside. Eat it, bitch. My internal politics are speaking truth to power measured by medieval serial dramas. Perfect. Okay, so we have this man's. This is Simone from the editing process. I forgot to add that if you want to make a trans sim, you can totally do that. You go into the upper left-hand corner. There's gonna be the little male-female symbol. You click that, and then you can choose physical frame, clothing preferences, if the sim can become pregnant, get other pregnant, or neither, how they can use a toilet. So yeah, you can totally go in there and make a bunch of changes. He is a Renaissance sim. It's giving him a boost in quick learner. He's a foodie, he likes music, and he's erratic. If you're not a fan of what your character's wearing, go apeshit, go crazy. Cast mode, which is what this is called, or better known as create a sim, is your world of options. And something else, let's actually take off all your clothing. So with sliders, that's one thing that when you get here, just start going ham, because there's a ton of them. And there's some that are not so obvious, like posture. So if you pull down, you're giving your Sims a little bit of scoliosis maybe there, but if you go up, then you've got this really regal thing. You can bring the tummy out, bring it in. These on the side will go in tandem, and you can have a really buff, more portly Sim, and then you can have one who doesn't have a ton of muscle mass, and that's gonna change stuff. Never forget about the shoulders. They start the shoulders really small. You can adjust the feet, something else that isn't super obvious. Can't do anything with the hands, but you can adjust the height of the breastplate, not the height of the stomach, but the height of the hips, or the width. And then once you go into the face, you have a lot more. And you can pull them out. They're gonna go together on both sides. So you can't, unfortunately, make a particularly uneven sim, but you can go into these preset mouths and then you're like, oh, I like that, but I wish his bottom lip was a little bit bigger. Then you can do that. Does he have some highlighter on? Because he's looking kind of good. Eyebrows, just click on the eyebrow. And if you've decided you made a terrible mistake, just hit back and you can actually go back to basically the beginning of you getting into cast mode. So I think he's looking good. If you're lazy and you really just kind of want to get straight into the game, you can either pick one of these full body outfits and just kind of go with it, because a lot of the time they will spawn with some really wild looking fits. Ooh, I'm feeling this. And I think there's some cowboy boots. Yeah, snake skin. Love it. Another thing you can do is go into styled looks, and there's going to be fully formed looks for you just to like quickly choose. And I end up doing this a lot for when I'm trying to make over townies, so we're just gonna do this for now. We have Maxwell Osborne. He has his traits. You can't change his traits in this form. However, you can change the traits or choose all of the traits if you're doing it without the story. So there's that. You can add a sim based on genetics, add one from the gallery, add a cult sim, add a pet, give him a cute little dog that has the tiniest eyes. Oh yeah, that's another thing. You can actually change the size of the irises. So yeah, there's that. And if you want to change the color, click and pick. So I think he's ready. His dog's looking cute. We are gonna hit play. This is the Osborne family. You can click this if you want them to have a different pose. All right, and where should we live? I cannot afford this lot. You cannot afford this lot. If you do indeed want to afford that lot and you say, fuck the $22,000 starting, I just want to buy something cool, you're going to want to hit Shift Control C. So what you will do is type free real estate on, space on. Then you can choose anything. You can choose one of these giant ones, but otherwise you've got a bunch of starter homes to choose from. Let's go there. Now, if you're looking at this house and thinking, why isn't my windows look different? Why can I not see through them? What's going on? Go in the upper right hand corner, options menu, go into game options. This is a good area to get yourself acquainted with, just like really when you first open the game. If you know your computer can handle this type of thing, uncompressed sim textures really does add that like extra sparkle. But what I will say is, if you don't have a lot of power but you still want things to look better, I would do lighting high, reflections medium to high. If you could do high, I would do that. Visual effects, I would go medium. Objects, you could do medium, and sims, you could try medium. Edge scrolling or edge smoothing, medium. 3D scene resolution, you could put that at medium, and view distance, put that to low. Another part of game options, audio, you can set up, like I've been playing this game way too long. I can't handle that music anymore, so that shit's at 0. Gameplay. So this is going to be where you can really affect how your game works for you. I have autonomy on full, meaning my sims make tons of decisions on their own. You can turn that off and then they'll just stay standing or whatever until you tell them to do the next action. So again, that's just depending on your play style. So this is going to be for the other sims that you have played in that save file. So if you're playing with multiple families in the same save file, but you don't want to accidentally miss their birthday or something, I would have that unclicked. And you can also have it for only active household. This is going to affect the NPC townies you've got in your game. They will age up, they will die. Sims lifespan, I play that shit hella long. In fact, sometimes I even just extend it because I get really sad when my Sims die. And then the rest of these are for more specific packs. If you do not have those packs, they will not show up. And then if you don't ever want to fuck with the Sims 3 camera, you just click that off. Within other, you're gonna find these kinds of things. This is also where you can disable or enable script mods and custom content. They are going to start off as being unclicked. So that is something that you will have to do. And then there's going to be a game restart. Once you click those, you have to apply changes, and then those changes will not go through until you've restarted your game. And then accessibility, you can change the size of the UI, and it is nice. You can have it really big, you can have it really small. I have it just slightly on the small side. Doesn't matter really what the hell you're doing. Save. Right off the bat, first thing I want to show you is camera controls. It's all the way on the right. You're going to have to decide, do you want Sims 4 camera or Sims 3 camera? Sims 4 camera, the more you scroll out, the more of a top-down view it's going to give you. The more you scroll in, it starts to be more of what your sim would be looking at. And so there's a halfway point here. Now, this can get annoying if you're building and you need to get into a tight space. But otherwise, it's also kind of nice if you really don't want to think about it too much. Otherwise, there is the Sims 3 camera, and there's no difference when you just zoom in and out. It's going to keep that angle. The way you change the angle, and I don't know how to do this with a trackpad, so I'm sorry, but if you have a mouse, you're going to click in your scroll wheel and then drag down and drag up to change your point of perspective. And this is what I play in. It's a lot easier for me personally. I don't know, I just like it more. So from here, we're gonna play with build mode, otherwise known as build by mode, also more commonly referred to as BB. Also, you can find my origin ID at tinylittlebb. So obviously, I'm a big fan of that word. Once you hit that build mode button, just wait. Don't touch your mouse. Just wait until this seems to be a little bit more settled, because I have totally crashed my game trying to go into this a little too fast. Once you're in here, this is where I really do recommend TS3 style camera. There's also T for top-down view. And this is nice if you're working in this super, super tiny little place, or you're trying to get a rug or something lined up in exactly the right spot. If you want to undo something, Control Z, and it will undo it. If you want to turn this grid off, G, just straight G, and it'll turn it on and off. Other hotkeys that are super, super, super useful to know, and I can't believe it took me so long to learn these. All right, K. K is going to bring up the sledgehammer. I like to think of it standing for kill. You don't like that light? Kill it. Fuck it. Kill it, kill it, kill it. You want to go back to the little hand, which is select. You're going to hit H, and I like to think of H as being hold. So hold, kill, and then R is going to be design tool, or I like to think of it as recolor, and that's how you're going to change what swatch you want to use. Those are super, super useful. I switch back and forth all the time. Oh, the last one is E, and that is for the eyedropper, and that's easy. So eyedropper copies. Alrighty guys, that's gonna be it for today. I could wax poetry and the finer points of Sims playing all day, but I think this is a lot of information for first off. But I really do think that if you get this shit under your belt, you're gonna have a lot easier time. There's a lot of really amazing YouTubers out there that already have tutorials on, you know, how to get started in modding and CC and the really fine parts of building. So I would definitely check out It's Me Troy, Urban X Sims,
the Sim Supply, aka James Turner, Plumbell, pretty much any of those. They're gonna lead you in the right direction for when you want to get a little bit more specialized. But I really appreciate y'all sticking through, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye. Oh wait, yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe or whatever.